August 2004. Powerhouse.
In the Martian lowlands, families in sun hats and khaki shorts pack tight into silvery station wagons. They take pictures with mobile cameras and sweat through the scalding Martian summer heat. They are drawn like water to an ocean to the beautiful Martian canyon. They file into sleek hotels, souvenir shops, and canyon-themed diners. They lean against protective fences, peering down into the endless dark. Among birdwatching guides and local tree descriptions, they read the story of Samuel Parkhill, brave soldier and pioneer who first discovered the canyon in October 2003. They hold their binoculars, flashlights, and radio radars off concrete balconies. They whoop and holler, scream and spit when jets of scalding steam shoot from the canyon's lips to heights taller than the nearby skyscraper hotels. The summer sun glints off the towering geysers as disposable polyurethane sunglasses flow from cardboard dispensers, placed conveniently adjacent to the canyon's edge. Roads to the canyon were paved by anxious, whining machines. With tar and concrete, they filled the tire tracks left by the canyon's first human visitors. No colorful leaves line the ground of the Martian lowland desert. No birds nor squirrels scampered away as trucks, rovers, and ATVs tore into the hot and barren lowland soil. Parkhill was sent to examine the possibility for agricultural development in the area. He left to escape the growing intensity of rapid urban expansion. The rest followed to be a part of something exciting, to make a name for themselves on a planet which at this point had felt human shoes press against almost every rock and blade of grass. A native Martian, belted to the seat of the leader's battered truck, guided the pioneers through the hypnotizing landscape. "Ella, what's that clump of rocks over there?" Parkhill asked the Martian, looking out his left-ward window. "An abandoned Martian city," she responded. "No place for farming." The Martian provided consistent directions, always swiftly responding to Parkhill's numerous demands. She spoke softly and slowly, only with the words the human could understand. She brought them through the desert, to the softest and richest ground she knew. The caravan stopped occasionally for Parkhill to inspect the soil. It was never up to her standards. For months they drove through the wilderness, on an adventure many believed would never reach its end. Parkhill slammed his foot on the brakes, his tires sliding to a stop. The truck behind him was left in a cloud of dust. As the driver blindly slowed his vehicle, he kissed Parkhill's truck with his plastic front bumper, leaving a mark. 50 feet in front of him, the ground broke into a majestic canyon. It was half a mile wide and 30 miles long. He ripped the Martian from the passenger seat. He beat her for the dent in his bumper, shouting at her for not warning him about the canyon he nearly fell into. He ran to the canyon's edge, peering into its endless depth. Wondering what was below, he demanded the Martian to tell him. "A river carves through the bottom of this canyon," the Martian wheezed. "It sustains all life on this planet. It churns endlessly, pumping water through the canals. It is energy. It is the cycle of our people. Life and death, power and love. Red, rocky, and endlessly deep, the leader pondered the spoils of his discovery. Parkhill Canyon, he imagined, would decorate the pages of Martian travel magazines, alongside Parkhill's Hotel, Parkhill's Knickknacks, and Parkhill's Canyon Burgers. "Look, closer," she continued, "into the canyon, into the divine secrets of our people. It should be just as profitable to you as it has been for us." Parkhill moved closer, searching for what the Martian had described. He inched and inched to the canyon's edge, bending down, hooking his feet into brittle rock, hanging his head and body over the moist canyon air. "Step away, Ella!" the hanging man yelled. "I'm not gonna let you step on my feet!" The Martian did as she was ordered, retreating slowly backwards. She felt the ground as it began to tremble beneath them. A rush of humidity soaked the autumn air. Pebbles hopped from the surface down into the depths of the canyon. The 2 or 3 trees in the miles surrounding the canyon bent and bowed more than they had done before. Towards the canyon and back, towards the canyon and back, they swooned faster and faster as seconds ticked on. Suddenly, with a rush of noise and heat, a speeding burst of steam emerged from the darkness of the canyon. It shot up and into the air, across Park Hill's gaping face, his eyes, his skull, and the back of his head. Up higher and higher until the top of the geyser could not be seen by those still on the surface. When the water settled again, members of the expedition rushed to where Park Hill had sat before. They found the only evidence left by their leader, a pair of warm, wet, military-style boots. Ela flew through the earth. She was nervous for what was to come and for what the others would think. She knew it would take some time to convince them, to convince those who did not get to know the humans as well as she had, to convince those who believed there could not be peace. She fell through layers of ground to layers of concrete and steel. She recited what she had written before the expedition. Some are horrible, treacherous, and mean. Yes, I really do understand. But others have warmth in their hearts. They are beautiful in how their legs are so long, the houses so tall, and their technology so modern and advanced. Some of them will want to help us. I know they will. Some of them will understand us. She considered all she had seen since writing this speech, all she had heard and felt. She doubted her original judgment. Knowing now exactly what she would say, she shredded the small paper with her hands, allowing the scraps to fall slowly from her fingers onto the metal floor. The elevator doors opened. Sounds of shuffling, cranking, and hissing flooded the small metal carriage. The heat from countless boilers struck the Martian as she stepped into the complex, 30 miles long and half a mile across. She waded through a bustling crowd.
Powerhouse follows the literary cliché of a native woman, like Sacagawea to the Lewis and Clark expedition, who guides foreign explorers through the wilderness. However, unlike many renditions of this trope, Powerhouse emphasizes the conflict between Ela, the guide, and Sam Parkhill, the brave pioneer. The climax of this short story is the supposed death of Sam Parkhill by Ela's clever design. She is shown to have shared the belief of many colonizers and colonized that the two can live in harmony with each other. However, the only example of interaction between these two groups in the story between Parkhill and herself demonstrates the opposite. By the text of Ela's speech, she believed in hybridity between the two cultures because she was tantalized by the beauty and technological superiority of the humans. Yet, she grows to reject this opinion and accepts the assumed position held by the Martians Ela plans to talk to, that there is only one type of human, the human who is evil. With this idea of what a human is, it makes sense that the Martians should stay safe underground, by themselves, separate from those who will hurt them. This is the conviction which drives many an independence movement on Earth. What could be next for Mars? Music by Duke Ellington. Narration by John Bannon. Thank you for listening.